Ronald Ricardo joins us. He's the managing partner at the Catalyst Group. CatalystConsultingGroup.org is their website. They are expert problem solvers. They are business consultants, and he has 30 years experience as a corporate executive, author of 8 books, 60 articles. Couldn't quite get to 61,
wow.
But he got to 60. And he is a professor, an entrepreneur, management consultant, and I'm pretty sure he knows how to play harmonica. His name is Ronald Ricardo. He joins us. Ronald Ricardo.
Right.
Ronald Ricardo? Am I saying that right?
Like
yeah, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Well, one thing says Ricardo, the other one says Ricardo. I'm going to go with Ricardo. Ron, thank you so much for joining us. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good to have. Boy, you got a nice clear. He must pay his bill for internet reception.
Yes.
Because that's you realize you look better than we. We're on HD and you look better than we do.
Yeah, and no one in your building is watching porn at this moment either.
Yeah, there's nobody downloading movies. There is no. Hey, talk about your company a little bit. What do you guys do?
Been around since 1993, and we do work in 3 areas. We help companies grow, we improve performance, and we address some of the human element, leadership, change management, those kinds of activities.
They all kind of help each other, don't they? I mean, if you're innovative, you get new customers, blah, blah, blah. Well, one sparks the other.
No, you're right, it does.
Yeah, kind of.
It's kind of viral.
I'm thinking.
I have a question for you, because I've always wondered this about management consultants. How do you get your first client? How do you walk in the door and say,
"You suck, I'm
you
better"?
You need help. You need help. Your sales aren't good enough, but pay what little money you have left to me. How do you do that? How did that work? How does that first?
Pitch us.
Really?
You pick a management consultant quite similar to you pick a doctor. It's really based on reputation. So you credentialize yourself. In my case, it was through books, and it was through the various clients that we have. And then you get results, and then you get referrals, and then ultimately you build a business over time.
So basically, Russ T. Nails, who has been on national television now for 20 years, multi-Emmy Award winner, that's your credential. You could go in and actually say, hey, I could help your business.
I could help your business.
What would you do?
I'm proud. I don't know.
What exactly would you do?
That's the tough part.
What would you do? What could you do to a business? For a business. I know what you could do to a business. What could you do for a business?
I have learned to spin those signs pretty good. And I could drive business right there.
Sign spinner.
Man.
I'm your management consultant. I'm going to spin signs in front of your law practice.
Until I get some results.
So you talk about effective leadership, and I think that's sort of an obvious thing. It's sort of the Tony Robbins effect, where Tony Robbins made millions of dollars by saying, if you think positive, you'll have positive thoughts.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk. But you take a little bit different approach to leadership. You talk about details for leadership. Talk about that a little bit for us.
Sure. We interviewed 200 top leaders, and we tried to distill what's the difference in terms of attributes from the leaders who are most effective, from the leaders who were kind of struggling, and those that are underwater. And we're able to identify a short list of attributes that separate those people.
So give me a couple of takeaways here. So for example, let's take Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. Did I mention that they renamed New York the Big Ankle?
No, I didn't know that, Bob.
It used to be called the Big Apple.
Oh, yeah, we did.
She became senator, and now they call it the Big Ankle.
Yeah.
So talk to us about leadership qualities of Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, let's say. Do they fall? Do your metrics? Do they fall into those metric categories that you have?
Boy, you're really putting me on the spot. All right.
Well, that's why I said both. I said Hillary, and I also said Donald. Hillary, I meant.
Hillary,
let's pick Donald. I think one of his key strengths is he's quite provocative.
Okay.
He's a thought leader.
Okay.
Good or bad, depending on what your views are. Right. I think Hillary, one of her opportunities and one of her attributes is she's a really good consensus builder.
Yeah, she does. She's got a really deep voice, too. So I think that helps her.
And a full deck of race cards, apparently.
Yes. Wow. Thank you, Russ. So when you talk about those attributes, so you talk about being a thought leader and being provocative. Are those two of the attributes that you talk about for a good leader?
No, let me focus on the ones that are most critical.
All right.
There's been so much written on leadership that sometimes people perceive that there's too much of an emphasis on consensus, collaboration.
Right.
And clearly, if you're a leader, you want to engage people. You want to get the best of their experience. But ultimately, there are times when you have to exercise your 51% vote. And too often, leaders have a need to be liked. And because they need to be liked, they're very averse to making difficult decisions.
What's really interesting is that I, as a leader,
I
have this is how much of a need I need to be liked. Here's our last board meeting.
I'm tired of this. I'm sick of
No,
Yeah. So
but you're successful because none of us like you.
because none of you like me. His name is Ronald Ricardo. Ronald, I hope you come back with us because
was good stuff.
I would love to sort of have a series with you, or we can have you back every couple of
Yeah,
weeks
a
or
little
so.
tip or something for people out
yeah,
there?
because
Dating is a lot like that too. Every so often, you just got to go. You know what? I don't want to watch Sex in the City.
yeah. And yeah, you got to hold your ground. His name is Ronald Ricardo. CatalystConsultingGroup.org. Check out the website. There it is for our television audience there, and we'll have him back. I want to. He's worked with 130 different companies.
Yeah.
You know, and he credentialed himself. One of the ways you credential yourself is have a TV show, Russ. I think
That's
you should
one
go out
way.
there, be a sign
He
spinner.
went via book, I believe.